Yom Kippur is a day that falls 10 days after the beginning of the Jewish year. So Rosh Hashanah is the beginning of the year, and then 10 days later, we call the 10 days of repentance, is a day on which Jews come together and ask for forgiveness from each other, ask for forgiveness from God, and pray for the world to come. So among the things that makes Yom Kippur a very strange day on the Jewish calendar is that it's a day in which we abstain from things that are life-affirming. So for instance, we don't eat for the 25 hours of Yom Kippur. It's a one-day fast. And we don't drink, and we don't anoint ourselves with things that smell good. We aren't intimate with each other. Yom Kippur is the happiest day on the calendar. And that catches some people by surprise. And what's important to recognize is that it's a day where I get to start again. I get to be forgiven. A central prayer on Yom Kippur, we all list the things we've done wrong. And as we list this, it's called the Asam Nub. We have sinned, we have made mistake. We typically take our hand and we knock ourselves on the chest with every word as a way of saying, I feel it, I feel it. But interestingly enough, when you sing it, it's a pretty happy melody in many communities. So the melody, for those who don't know, goes something like, ay la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Rabbi, why is it such a happy melody if we're like knocking ourselves? Why is it so happy? Haven't you ever been cleaning pots in the kitchen? And you find yourself whistling while you clean? We get to clean our schmutz. We get to clean things that were not perfect. I get to start again with clean pots this year. Of course I'm happy. It's the happiest day because I get to start again. After a whole day of fasting and of praying, and eventually of introspection, because by 3 o'clock on the day where I'm not eating, I'm realizing how hungry I am, but by 5 o'clock, I'm a little bit past that hunger, and I recognize that's not real hunger. People who really experience hunger are not doing it by choice. And I begin to have this welling up of gratitude, and I start crying just because I know I'm alive. So on a day where life is not affirmed because what I'm not doing, I recognize how lucky I am that this is a temporary state. So by the time it all swells up and the final prayer of the day is called Neela, the locking of the gates of heaven, I want to get in my prayers before those doors close. I feel so happy and so satisfied. For anyone who isn't Jewish and wants to be a part of the energy of Yom Kippur, one of the best things to do is to recognize what Jewish tradition says about forgiveness, which is that in order for me to be forgiven, I can't look to God for something I did wrong to you. There's no detached forgiveness in Jewish theology and Jewish way. And so what I would say is if you want to be part of Yom Kippur, search yourself and say, I know I didn't get it all right. Think of someone that you know, whose feelings you might have hurt even accidentally, and take the moment and go apologize. Because healing relationships is at the core of Yom Kippur. There's nothing more urgent than that.